Yes, good morning. This is Lawrence Williams, and of course, I'm with Crossover. Um, Purpose of the presentation, first of all, I'm glad that we were all able to attend, uh, and I am very much excited to be here. Purpose of the presentation is to uh, develop a framework to make sure that we are able to acquire all deliverables on time as it pertains to uh, uh, a knowledge share. Okay, and uh, so let's get right into it. I ask that you go ahead and save your questions for at the end in the interest of time. Um, we have an acquisition roadmap that I've laid out that will assist us. It's more or less a 90 or 30, 60 day, 90-day type of plan. So we can have this knowledge transfer in a very precise and very succinct manner. A little background. We want to, we as an organization at Crossover target 90 days for the knowledge transfer, and the goal is to be at 100% in terms of replacement of talent and processes with our own central core teams and systems and processes. So we want to do this, and what we found is that the easiest pitfall, as it goes with most things, is starting late and procrastinating. So we're putting this we're putting this framework in line so that we can have a goal or a standard or template, if you will, to make sure that we can get things done and get things done quickly. As a matter of fact, the first week of the 30 days, we need to be able to identify the functional areas of business. Now, I've laid out some here. That doesn't mean that these are all your functional areas. However, some of them probably appear. Generally, we would have a representative, someone from my team, get with HR, understand the different areas of functional business that you have, and more than likely would do that by obtaining a organizational chart so that they could develop that. So the first thing that someone from my team will do is get with your human resource person, the person that heads up that team, so that they can start that. And again, we want to be able to identify the business functional areas the first week of the plan. And a close second week would be where we would want to not only have those functional areas identified, but to also determine who are the business leaders for each functional area. Okay, so, and again, I'm sure that HR will be able to help quite a bit with that. So to round up things for 30 days, really there are only 3, maybe 4 items that we need to do. And we make things sort of flexible because we know that our representative is going to possibly have to sift through. Sometimes he sifts through he or she sifts through a pretty large organization. So we feel that 30 days is a good time frame for them to obtain these things. So we want to identify, again, the functional areas in the first week. And then we want to obtain the organizational chart and then match the business leaders to the functional areas of the business. Okay. 60-day, pretty much we want to start scheduling appointments, and we want to, within the next 30 days, have those, and making it 60 days. We want to have those appointments scheduled, and we want to make those appointments, make those meetings, so we can ask those critical questions, such as your critical core, non-critical systems and processes, and the projects that are centered around these processes and core systems, as far as the time, budget, and scope, and then the critical capital, human capital, those people that may own these systems or these processes. Okay, so any help that we can have to, for you as business leaders to avail yourself to my team, we greatly appreciate it, because again, sometimes scheduling can be the another obstacle that people have gone on vacation, people are out of town, people are in other parts of the country, people are out of the country. So we want to make sure that we can get these appointments scheduled and get them scheduled as soon as possible. So the 60-day roundup, by the end of the 60 days, we want to have these 5 items covered, and these will be our 5 deliverables. So we want to get the appointment and gather the information by asking the appropriate questions around those core systems and core processes, and those people that run those systems and those processes. 90-day plan. By the end of the 90 days, of course, we want to document, have these things document, and the results of our meetings. And one of the things that we would want to have you do as a business leader is to also document that meeting, so that someone from my team can come back and you can review the notes that you have versus the notes that they have, and if there are any omissions, things that need to be corrected or modified, then you can do so. And then we want you to, of course, be able to share the document with your manager, as well as the people from my team will share with their managers, and eventually with me. And then that particular document, that finalized document, will in fact be saved on our SharePoint website. Okay, so the roundup for that particular 30-day period would be to, of course, document the knowledge transfer information in an agreed format and template. Now, we will we will give you a template that you should receive from someone, a member of my team, and that will help you and guide you in terms of the types of information that we need. And then again, we want you to review that document with the person from my team so that we don't have any omissions or errors or things of that nature. And then proceed and share that document with your managers as well as someone from my team will be sharing that with theirs, and I'll eventually have the opportunity to take a look at it. And then we're going to have that saved to save that in SharePoint. So, do we have any questions, comments? Okay. Well, again, my name is Lawrence Williams, and I am with Crossover, and I'm ultimately accountable for making sure that this is a sound, smooth, and succinct acquisition. And this is not something that's going to be a bumpy road. Again, back to what we stated before, we want to make sure that we get started and get started quickly. We don't want a late start. And then if you could avail yourself to my people, making sure that they can schedule, make the appropriate schedule. I am sending all of you this presentation as well as my contact information. If in fact you want to email me and state that you are the person that handles a certain functional area, this will help get the ball rolling. We definitely want to do that. And any way that I can help, feel free to give me a call. I'm in the Eastern Standard Time zone. Crossover is a global company, so we're all over the globe. So feel free to give me a call anytime. And I thank you for your time today. Have a wonderful, wonderful morning. Thank you.